Hello and good evening. It's Phil and Heather, and we are at a beautiful, beautiful sunflower field in East Tennessee. And they have a police officer here helping people park and cross the road. I think if you pick the flowers, they charge you. We told them we were just here to make photographs, and they said, take all you want. So we're going to enjoy this beautiful sunflower field. Heather has the Z50 and the 18 to 400. Did you bring your other lens?
Yeah, my 10 to 24 is in here as well.
Okay, and I've brought, I have the Z6, the 70 to 200 2.8, the 24 to 70 2.8. I also have the 50 1.8, the 85 1.8, and I brought the 35 DX 1.8 for Heather. So we're just gonna go crazy in this amazing sunflower field. I made a shot of Heather and I in front of this cool van out here in the field. It was cool. I used the 70 to 200 f2.8 and a timer. All right, here is the first shot. This is with the 70 to 200 f2.8 at 200 millimeters and 2.8. It's really compressing the rows of sunflowers in the background, and I really like the way this one turned out. This next photo is of Heather, hard at work. Heather's 5'2", so that'll give you an idea of how tall these sunflowers are. Just completely surrounding her as I think she's reviewing a picture now, or maybe she's getting set up for another picture. I'm not sure, but I like this one. Well, we are still here in this beautiful field of sunflowers. I've switched over to my macro lens just so if I need to get really close, I can get really close. Look at this place. It's amazing. Heather's right over there. She's working with the 18 to 400. She might wave real big or small. And over there you can see the lights of the sheriff's car that's here keeping everything under control. And this place is really something. I tried to do something a little different. I don't think I've ever seen a sunflower field photograph that looks quite like this one. This reminds me more of my tree trunk photography that for some reason I like to do, but I like the way this one turned out, and I did a little bit of golden split toning on it. And then this is another photograph of mine using the 105 f2.8 macro lens, and on this one I used Heather's secret split toning number that she finally shared with me. Very nice. And here comes the first shot of Heather's. This is a photograph that she's going to submit to the David Saylor's live stream where the photo challenge is texture. I like this really up close using the 18 to 400 Tamron lens, and you can even see some water droplets on the bloom. So if you see Nikon Z6 in the bottom left in this video, that's one of my photos, and if you see Nikon Z50, that is one of Heather's. So I took kind of this ugly duckling sunflower bloom photo with some more bokeh-fied sunflowers in the background, and then this next shot is Heather taking a photograph of me, and I am 6'2", so I'm not the same height as the sunflowers like Heather is. I kind of tower above them. And that's the Nikon 105 f2.8 macro lens that I'm using, and I'm using that for most of these photographs, including this one. This one's at f5.6, looking straight at that bloom, kind of rule of thirds, and you can see the blooms in the background just completely out of focus and bokeh-fied. Very pretty, and I like the dark background with the trees that line the back of the field. This is one flower facing one way and all the rest of them, or almost all the rest of them, facing the other way. I thought this was kind of an interesting composition, and I was really happy to have found that one flower and been able to get this shot. Next shot is going to be Heather's shot of this moth on a sunflower bloom. It's amazing what all you can do with that crazy Tamron 18 to 400 lens. It's for DX cameras only, small sensor cameras only, and Heather really makes it work. Here is a up-close photograph that I made of a sunflower bloom that's not anywhere near being fully open, but I thought it was nice to have a change of pace, and I think the sunflower blooms are really beautiful in this stage of progression. This next shot is, I stopped all the way down to f36 to try to get more of the blooms in focus instead of just one and everything else out of focus. They're not completely in focus, but they're better in focus than the ones previously. So this was just something as a change of pace. As you can see, the sun's starting to set over here, so I am taking off the macro lens and I'm going to put the 24 to 70 f2.8 on and maybe even step back some and see what I can do with this sunset. Heather checked the photographer's ephemeris just before we left and told me that the sun was going to be setting directly behind the sunflower field, and boy was she right. This road leads down to a house that splits the sunflower field, and I left the power lines that are lining the road, but there's also power lines at this location that go from left to right across the field, and fortunately I was able to remove them from this shot. Look at the beautiful sunset here at the sunflower field. All right, so we got a pretty cool sunset going on back here. There's a lot of power lines that are going to be in the way. Heather and I are both doing some HDR shots, and let me show you. I ran into some cool dudes while I was here. The world famous Zippy DJ, is that right?
Yeah.
Zippy DJ, Michael Miller right here, and his friend with the coolest freaking tiniest full frame camera I've ever seen. A lot of cool photographers here at the Sunflower Patch in East Tennessee. It was really cool to meet Zippy and his friend. They were fun to talk to and know a lot about photography, so it was fun to share ideas with them. Here is a high dynamic range photograph I made of the van with the sunset and the flowers in the background. I was able to get the telephone lines out of most of it, at least the ones going left to right, but I had to leave the house in there, and that's kind of a distraction. But I still like this photograph. I love the colors in this. This was the last photograph I made of the day. In fact, this photograph was made after the bye-bye clip, but it fits better in the video here, so that's why I've got it here. This is another high dynamic range shot, but it's also focus stacked, and this marks the first time I've ever combined those two photography techniques in one image. And here are Heather's shots. This is a high dynamic range photograph that Heather made. I love the bokeh balls that lens is producing. And Heather gets such fantastic colors with her work. She's got some techniques that are really fantastic. But I believe this photo right here is the best photograph of the entire video. Look at the leading lines on the left-hand side of the frame. Look at the beautiful colors. She's got that flower bloom perfectly rule of thirds, and it's facing the correct direction to be on that side of the image. Just a perfect photograph from Heather. Great job. Heather and I just made a selfie where we lit ourselves with our cell phone lights with the sunset behind us and the sunflowers in the foreground. It was pretty cool. I said the sunflowers were in the foreground. Obviously they're in the background. I like the way this photograph turned out. We both were lighting ourselves with our cell phone lights. Heather did a much better job of lighting herself. I should have had my phone up higher. In fact, I think I'm also lighting Heather more than myself, but I really like this photograph. We are cute. This is really a beautiful place. The sunset's going off, but they kind of close down at sunset, and that has come and gone, but it's beautiful back there. But it is time to go, so we will do that and honor their wishes. Beautiful field, and it's great for them to let us use it. What do you think about it, Heather?
I like it a lot.
You like it? Did you get some good pictures, you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome. Okay, thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
We look forward to seeing you in the next one. Subscribe, hit the bell.
Boing, yoing, yoing, yoing.
Bye-bye.